I swear. That ass.
What's up, dude?
So,
You,
What's up, gang?
fucking bitch! God damn it!
What is it? A jump scare? You the
Yeah.
fucking dude?
that shit was loud as hell.
Yeah.
Yes. God damn.
Y'all hear my mom's friends talking in the back?
Yes.
Damn. Hold up.
What's up, lads?
Hello.
What's up?
All right. Who wants to give the recap of the last episode of Pokemon Ball Z?
I guess this is everybody. Fuck.
Is it? Oh shit.
It's not gonna. Matt's not.
Unless y'all don't want to play, it's fine with me. I got some stuff planned.
No, I just forgot Matt was not gonna be here.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Over here. We could wait for him.
Do y'all want to? Because if he doesn't show, that's perfectly fine. Because I already knew he wasn't. I kind of wanted his reaction to Mr. Pokemon seeing Patrick's Pokemon though, and saying they look totally normal.
I would. Didn't
I
mind
mean,
waiting
I'm
for
okay
him.
with waiting, but like you don't have to.
I'm okay with
Yeah, we
waiting.
don't have
It's fine.
Wait, you want to wait, Jose?
Like, we can, yeah. I'm gonna be muted because my mom's friends are here and they're gonna be loud as fuck for like
Oh.
a while. So
Okay. I mean, that would be basically two people gone.
I would unmute for when I would have to talk.
Right. Okay. Y'all want to try it out?
Sure.
All right.
Fine.
So, what was the very ending of the last session? What did AJ do?
Very last thing we did.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Let me go look at my stuff real quick. The very last thing we did was you just talked to AJ. Hold on. Give me one more second, sorry. We had just talked to AJ. And after talking to AJ, he was leading us to the stairs to go up for the to go up to the other part of the party. And then we stopped.
Right. Yeah, I believe we stopped right there. All right. Good
Yeah.
enough.
I'm pretty sure we stopped right there because we were about to get into some other stuff, and we were like, okay, well, we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
All right. So, AJ leads y'all up the stairs. The stairs go up, then turn into a well, and then go up again. You know, like a lot of fancy mansion stairs do. Y'all are led up into what looks like, because y'all are technically, if you were outside facing the mansion, you'd be on like the left wing, so to speak. Y'all are in a long hallway. There's a window directly in front of y'all. There's windows all along the right side of this hallway, and as y'all look out them, y'all can see where y'all were previously. The murmuring is much louder now. There are groups of people hanging out everywhere. A lot of rich hoity-toity types, but also a bunch of random trainers and stuff thrown into the mix. You see a few people who you just randomly recognize from some of the cities y'all have been to, who y'all didn't even talk to. That's how many people are here. As you look further down the hallway, on the left side there are doors to the various rooms and stuff. The crowd gets bigger and bigger the further down the hallway it goes.
Right? I'm just kind of.
So,
Go ahead.
oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm just kind of looking around, seeing if at this point seeing if there's anybody I actually know up here at this point because there's so many people.
Oh. Could we look like? Can we do like a perception? Perception.
Yeah. Y'all can do a spotting thing or a listen thing to see if you recognize anyone in particular or see anything interesting.
There it is. I'll do it. It is D10. Oh, hold on. Game is lagging. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Spotting 4. So let's see. Okay. 4 minus 4, 0, 3.
You got 3?
0 out of 3, so 0.
All right. Deep inside the crowd, you hear a trainer who you know from Surge's gym. His name is Leonardo. He is a pretty high-ranking member of Surge's gym. Like whenever Surge is gone, this is the guy who is in charge. What was that?
Ah,
But yeah,
oh,
Pat, did you say something?
no, I think he was talking to someone that muted.
Okay, that's fine. Let me just look at Discord. So yeah, you recognize his. You recognize him. He is talking to what looks like a Pokemaniac. They appear to be very thoroughly discussing something. They are surrounded by a throng of different people, and they are hanging out next to one of the doors. You can. Leonardo has black hair. He's pretty tall. He's like 23. Long black hair, and kind of a biker outfit. He's not the kind of guy you would expect to be at Surge's gym, but at the same time, Fuchsia City and the biker road are not too far from Vermilion City, so you do see a lot of biker types running around here and there.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Biker types? Okay.
Hold on. What's up? I have a package. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, go ahead with what you're saying, Troy. It was just Horace giving me a package.
Would I recognize any of these?
Any of these what?
Any of these
Oh,
bikers?
the
I remember Johnny too.
would you recognize them as in like the gangs they're from or whatever?
Yeah. Or they're like
Uh,
solo.
for for this guy, because you've known him for quite a while, he is not an active member of any particular gang. His biker jacket is just customized patches and stuff.
Okay.
There's nothing illegal paraphernalia about him. He is just a dude with really strong Pokemon. Uh, Lieutenant Surge does sometimes recruit people from those gangs to help run the streets,
Mm-hmm.
basically taking them from being like vaguely criminal elements and turning them into like deputized uh, troops. Because the thing about Kanto is that you don't really see Pokemon, you don't see police out on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
So Lieutenant Surge typically has a lot of gangs, their leaders reporting to him, and in return, because he's a gym leader, he can do stuff like parole people out easier in exchange for that sort of program. It's basically a witness program. Uh, he sometimes recruits people like that, but from what you know, Leonardo has technically never been a part of any of that.
Okay.
They are hanging near a one of the farthest out, most left doors. The crowd of people seems to get more concentrated behind them,
Behind us?
behind Leonardo and the dudes that he's talking to.
Okay. I'll keep a note on them and just have a. Let me think. Yeah, I'll just keep a look at them. I might go by. Let me think. Yeah.
So what are you doing? What is the party doing?
I'm just gonna. Sorry. For me, I'll think of going there maybe and see how it is.
Okay. Patrick, Jose, what are y'all doing?
Um, don't really see anybody in the room that I particularly have any like connections with, besides the group. Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you roll anything for spotting or listening or anything of the sort?
No, I'm kind of just mingling. Uh,
Okay.
Mostly avoiding the rich types because I don't think they want to talk to me, and I don't really have any inclination to talk to them either.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just sort of mingling around the room.
Got you. So Patrick, what you overhear as you are mingling, you hear rumors about uh a Pokemon near the lighthouse near Bill's house. You hear like a rumor of like a shiny snake-like Pokemon over there. You also hear rumors of a new Pokemon egg with colorful triangles that has recently been discovered in Johto. And the rest of the people are talking about boring stuff like stocks and whatnot. If you want anything further, you'll have to roll listen or something like that.
I, I want. Let me roll something real quick. Where's my
By the way, I'm basically just having AJ and Matt just hang out near the stairwell.
Okay.
Okay. There's um. I'm just gonna roll to try to listen on more when I hear them talking about the snake Pokemon because it just catches my ear.
All right.
I
So
got
go
a
ahead
one.
and roll. What do you roll?
I got
You
a
got a
one.
one?
I got a one.
All right. So you overhear this very, very formally dressed dude. Um, he looks to be very, very like moneybags rich type, but he has a bit of a twang in his voice. He's got a bit of a twang. He's kind of built underneath his formal clothes. He doesn't have a beard, but he has a big old handlebar mustache, kind of like Hulk Hogan, but it's all gray, and he has gray swept back hair, and and a really big nose, just like a canopy on his face. The nose is, and he's describing the creature. He's like, yeah, I saw when I was down by the lighthouse with some of my coterie hanging out talking about stocks. We was discussing the newest Pokeball products from Hoenn. They have this fancy little white ball they're thinking of handing out with new Pokeball purchases. I think they have a few here over in Kanto too. But and people start trying to get him back on track to the story. He's like, right. So we was out there, me and about four of my fellows, and it was, I want to say, 6 p.m. and someone in the crowd who's like probably also there corrects him and says 8. He's like, right, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. It was 8 p.m. when we saw it. This gorgeous, almost iridescent creature, almost, I don't want to say constricting, but like slithering up the lighthouse like a Ekans might do to a tree. It was a big old thing. And it was gorgeous. It had the most gorgeous cry. I can't even hope to mimic it or even know what it was like, but it was almost human. If it were further up close, I reckon stretched out it would be taller than a 2-story house.
Okay, that's interesting information. I'll file that information away for later. And he said it was near the lighthouse, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The lighthouse near Bill's place, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be remembering that information for later.
Uh, the conversation kind of tapers off. Really, it's just him trying to convince more people that what he saw was real, and a few people believe him. But the rest are just treating it like it's a crazy story.
No, that's fair. But keeping it in mind just because it sounds interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and I could maybe drive Matt a little more crazy.
Yep. Patrick's gonna catch the Alpha Viper shiny.
Also, Viper.
Fucking
Oh
crazy.
God, we're gonna
Yeah.
die first before we get that.
Super.
It's a fucking
No,
alpha mod, bro.
you just keep it asleep for 15 hours straight and then throw out the timer ball, bro. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, man. What? Or I don't know if they exist yet. Get a quick ball and pray. Pray that the
That's
gods
right.
help on me.
That's a good question. If 17 people ambush one mon and they all throw out quick balls, what's gonna happen?
They're cooked, bro.
I don't know. Because I guess it depends on whoever like actually hits the thing first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I assume the guy who hits it first gets a real big advantage, and then whoever hit it last, well, whoever hits it after that is just kind of a little screwed. So that first quick
Yeah.
ball works. I mean, yeah, they got it, but like if it doesn't, I think the rest of them kind of fail.
But yeah, you now know that this dude and five other guys, uh, were hanging out at Cerulean around north of Cerulean around 8 p.m. And they just saw a massive, almost iridescent snake-like Pokemon crawling up the tower.
Yeah. Okay.
And you now also know that premier balls are like brand new or even newer than that.
Yeah. There's some kind of new Pokeball that'll be getting introduced to the market soon. Okay.
Yeah. But outside of that, one of the people who was listening to the story, he looks to be a kid slightly older than y'all. He's like maybe 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he was like taking notes and drawing a picture. He has kind of like an Indiana Jones kind of fedora, like a brown leather one. He's got some kind of like similar vest, a camouflage shirt, camo fatigues, and combat boots. He does not look like anyone from Surge's gym. He is taking notes, and then he closes his notebook after the guy more or less finishes the story, and then leaves.
Okay. Um. You said he doesn't look like anyone from Surge's Gym, and he's dressed in what?
Dressed in camo fatigues, camouflage shirt, some sort of leather vest that you've never seen before. It's kind of like a tactical thing you would buy at a mall, but it looks like it's actually sturdy. And he's got like a leather fedora, like Indiana Jones's hat.
Oh.
And he looks to be like 15 or 16.
Okay. I make note of that guy, but I don't follow him right now. Not in this
Yeah.
game.
But you notice he was drawing while the story was being told, despite the fact that there weren't very many details given about the Pokemon.
Yeah. It's kind of why I want to find that guy later.
Yeah. Also in the hall, y'all notice a few of the groups to the left side are playing a card game of some kind. There's just a bunch of like youngsters and a few bikers playing a card game. They're playing in groups in little pairs, usually in the gaps between the big doors. The closest group to y'all right now is these two bikers playing the game. There's a bunch of youngsters huddled around them.
Okay. Does anyone else want to go first?
I'll go. I'm like,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'll
he
join.
just walks up.
Yeah, I'll join in the fun.
Okay. Unfortunately, Troy, you don't have a Pokemon deck. That's right. Just like in the games, people are playing the Pokemon card game.
Okay.
The
Yeah, remember in some of the Game Boy games, you see people playing Pokemon on the Game Boy and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. In the Game Boy Color games, people would do that. You would talk to kids on their Game Boys, and they'd be talking about playing Pokemon on the Game Boy. So yeah,
They
it's just a
still
bunch
do
of
that, by the
dudes.
way.
Yep, it's just a bunch of dudes playing Pokemon on the Game Boy and playing the Pokemon card game
Hilarious.
Bro.
while their Pokemon are next to them.
Their Pokemon's just gonna have like, is that me? Is that me on the screen? The fuck?
That's like having a sex doll right next to your girlfriend, bro. Like I don't know how else to put it.
Wild. That's wild as fuck.
Yep.
Wild statement, sir.
Yep. But no, uh, as y'all look over at them, there's no real chance of failure for this. Y'all notice one of the youngsters looks vaguely similar. He looks like a bug catcher of some kind. Y'all look like y'all potentially know this guy from Viridian, specifically Viridian Forest.
All right.
That's not me. I wasn't there.
That's right.
We're not there.
Green Forest? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who we met in Viridian Forest.
is it the very first guy that we fought? Heracross man? No.
Oh no, he said a kid try,
Oh,
a
kid.
child.
Kid. Shit. Wait, hold on.
It's okay if no one remembers.
I'm not remembering his
Yeah.
name off rip right now.
That's perfectly fine.
I know
I'll
his name,
just
but I
bring him.
can't say it.
Oh, you do.
No.
You do. I was there once. That's crazy.
No, Jose does not remember. I
I
could have
was not
swore
there.
Matt had him. I could have swore one of y'all had him listed in y'all's. What were they?
No.
Not notes. In y'all's Pokegear numbers.
Who would that be?
It might have been Matt.
Yeah, I'm like
It's
most
It would
likely.
have.
Yeah. Oh.
It would have to be Matt.
Let's see.
Ooh, I think I found it
Is on his notes?
because there are two of them, and I wanted to make sure y'all didn't mix them up. Okay,
Or
so this right here is Bug Catcher Brian.
Yeah. Okay.
It took y'all that long.
It was
to
the guy
remember
with the
Bo. That's
Weedle.
crazy.
The guy with the Weedle.
Oh.
Y'all talked to him for all of 10 seconds and then never went back to Viridian Forest.
Yep.
He just looks at he sees y'all and waves over at y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. I'll walk up to him.
Hey guys, hey guys, what's up? How many
Hey,
badges do
mate,
y'all have
long
by now?
time no see.
Oh my god.
I extend my hand for
How
the
many
dap up.
He has like super ADHD, so he asks like 17 billion questions at once. How many badges do y'all have? Who's your new friend? Where are your Pokemon? Blah 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 blah. Like he just shotguns the questions out.
Is he not gonna dap me up?
He's like 6 and he does dap you up.
Okay, let's go, my goat.
Um.
I'm gonna gaslight him. You don't remember me? I was there when we met back in Viridian Forest.
That would take really good manipulation.
You want me to roll?
You know what? Go for it.
Alright, let's see. I got D10. E. I'm gonna roll. Ooh, that is no bueno. That is a fucking. I don't think I have this. You said manipulation. Is that mind or sense?
That would be I could have swore there's a deception stat.
Oh, it's deception. Oh, I have a single point
Yeah.
there. Let's go. Yeah, not good. That's a 7.
He looks at you like really weird, and he looks over at Patrick. He's like, Patrick, is your friend like autistic or something?
A little bit. No, I lean in real close, and I go, I don't know about that, but he is from Galar. So, you know, take that how
Ah, one of those people. Okay, that makes sense.
one of those people is crazy. I know.
Everyone knows that the Japanese and the British are natural enemies.
That's crazy.
That's wild, actually.
But no, yeah, he looks up at y'all and says, "Why'd y'all come up to Mr. Pokemon's party?"
Oh, we were invited.
Yeah, you know,
He's like,
We were invited, yeah.
I've had my boy Troy here. You know, he has a connection, so we got invited. Pretty cool place. Can't complain so far.
he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I prefer the woods, but it's not bad. It kind of blends in with a lot of the other cities outside of Surge's weird tendencies for how he polices the city.
Hey.
But,
Uh,
well, go ahead.
Whoa,
Hey.
Kyle got a
Whoa. I'm sorry. I can't have you bad mouthing my teacher like that. I know everyone is okay with opinions, but hey, that hurts me a little.
Only me. I'm from Hammerlock. Our city literally in a castle.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Literally walled off.
What is bro talking about?
I'm
That's
from
true.
Hammerlock, bro. Like,
That is true.
literally,
Jose is in fact from
that
a
says that on my
walled
trainer
off
ID
city.
right there from Hammerlock.
Yep. You have to have a trainer ID. Oh my god, they have border patrol in Pokemon Britain. I don't believe it.
Pokemon Brit.
Border Patrol in
Is-
Pokemon. That's crazy.
That's
What?
nutty.
But oh yeah, Brian looks up to y'all again. He's like 6. He's a lot shorter than y'all. He looks up at you and says, "My Weedle's evolved now. It's a Beedrill. I got like 5 of them."
Yeah.
Bro got 5 Beedrills?
Yeah,
He gotta be giving somebody trouble, like, at that stage.
yeah, because that's just a needle spam for days. That's got to be terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that hold on. That's actually gotta be a little scary to have to fucking
Yeah.
do.
I mean, in game, that would carry you past like the first 4 to 5 gyms.
Yeah, just having, like, that many Beedrills.
Yep.
Bro, he's such a menace.
And sadly, he's not the bug trainer named Dennis.
He's not.
Yeah. But he looks over y'all and says, "Hey, I actually came into a bit of money. I was wondering if y'all could find and catch a Pokemon for me, because I haven't had any luck finding it myself."
What you looking for?
He looks over to you and says, I'm looking for a specific Hoenn bug type. It's what's up?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Repeat what you said. Repeat what you said.
Go ahead. I was just saying okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm looking for specifically 2 Ninsata. If you can find just one, I'll pay y'all really good. But if you can find 2, I'll pay y'all a lot and throw in this Thunderstone that I found.
What did you say? Masada?
2 Ninsata. If you can find one, I'll still pay."
Oh, is that the ninja? The one where it shoots Ninja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, y'all can roll lore to see if y'all know anything about that.
Okay.
Let's see.
Mm,
It's
oh,
wrong.
do I have lore? I have history. Who's the one that has lore?
I have
I rolled a fucking 2.
Was it lore? I could have
I don't
sworn
have
it was
lore.
called lore.
I have no lore, so
there's lore.
I got it.
Yeah, so lore is for like Pokemon biology and Pokemon legends. History is for like human world style history. So like, what did Vermilion City used to be? What did this road used to connect to? Lore is for stuff related to Pokemon.
I rolled a 3, but I have a 2 in lore, so I got 1 out of one.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait. Where's my fucking actual stat page? There.
And a 2 out of 2.
Excellent. Okay. So the both of y'all succeed. So what y'all know and might choose to tell Brian is that if you're catching an Insada, you probably want to have an extra Pokeball on standby immediately so that you can catch its skin. Because again, Ninsada, when the second they evolve, the Ninjask comes out of the shed skin, and if you
Yeah.
catch the shed skin immediately, it'll be a Pokemon. Otherwise, the shed skin will simply die or pass away or fade out because it's a ghost, because it's the dead part of the bug.
Correct.
So also in universe, that is what happens. There are not a lot of wild Shedinja running around because unless they're stabilized either by a Pokeball or some other phenomena, they just peace out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't have a reason to dislike Brian, so I'll tell him. I do relay that information that if he's gonna do that, he'll want extra Pokeballs around for that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or just to tell him, would he like those also if we go find them?
He's like, oh man, if you could just find Shedinja, that'd also be really good. I would still be willing to pay y'all basically the same amount and also throw in the Thunderstone. I don't really have any for it. I don't have any Pokemon that evolve from a Thunderstone. And I'll pay y'all at least 8,000 because I've got a lot of money because I've beaten a lot of gyms.
Yeah, I bet. I bet he has with that team. Jesus Christ.
That's
Oops, all be drill.
Oops, all be drill. That's the funny thing about having an open world Pokemon game. I don't have to fight Blaine or Sabrina, motherfucker. We're just gonna head on over to Johto, and that's what Brian did.
Yeah, real.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, real.
That's so
What?
dumb.
No, remember Gary had 10 badges, bro.
God.
That's where that came from. Brian pulls off his his little trainer shirt, and he shows off all 9 of his badges.
What the?
Christ, brother.
Good job.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I made a lot of money doing this.
He
I would recommend.
just ran through so many gyms.
That's right. While y'all were fucking around destroying the countryside, this guy had his nose to the grindstone.
Whoa. What do you mean? We didn't do shit. Troy fucked up like so.
What are you talking about? What
We didn't do shit. Oh, don't involve me in that. Hold on.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm not saying this in character. This is not in character.
Oh, that was in character. My bad.
Yeah, no, this is not in character. No. I'm just saying to Nathan's. We didn't do shit. Troy fucked up a bunch of the countryside. What do you mean? This is weak shit.
What are you talking about? Simply just need a little color in its life, you know?
Oh, okay.
A little bit of pep in the step, you know?
I didn't know color meant burnt the fuck down.
Yep. But yeah, Brian once again, he's super thankful, and he says, by the way, just in case y'all didn't know, Mr. Pokemon is up here rating. He's got the name rater with him. They're rating different Pokemon's nicknames. I heard that the name rater has his own prize in mind for who he thinks has the best nickname for a Pokemon. And I heard it's going to be really, really good too. Yeah, it's something about a TM that you can't find in Kanto. I didn't catch the rest of it. It's apparently some really, really weird move. Mr. Pokemon and Professor Oak, on the other hand, later tonight, we're going to have their own contest. And I heard that the reward for that contest is a Smeargle.
Smeargle? A Smeet.
No.
Oh, that little. Yeah, I'm vaguely recalling what that Pokemon is.
Yeah,
Like, I've heard someone talk about this before. Is that like that
yeah.
guy like who has like a painter who has like a paintbrush for a tail?
Brian's like, yeah, I think that's the one. And it can learn any move it sees, right?
Something like that. I remember vaguely hearing about that. Some dude was like access to the internet. Some dude was like on the internet, like complaining about that thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Saying
that sounds about right.
saying that it was kind of bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah. It occurs to you that in this tabletop game where there is no move limit, that might be the most powerful Pokemon around that's not legendary.
It's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
All right, who has the most interesting name here?
Well, remember the name raider contest is for the TM. The unannounced contest that it's rumored Mr. Pokemon Professor Oak will have. That's the one that the Smeargle is going to be handed out at.
I think Fuckrat would win.
You think Fuckrat would win? I think Mr. Pokemon might remove you from the premises for Fuckrat.
You might remove
That's a
us.
pretty fucked up name for a sapient creature. Actually, what the hell?
It really is. It really is. Matt just kind of did that. He kind of just did that and got away with it too.
Yeah. We didn't.
Oh, he did. I should have.
I never
I should have
nicknamed
punished
my
Matt.
muck.
Don't name it. That's all I'm asking.
You
The
know what
only
you now
rule.
must do. You know
Jose's gonna name.
now must do.
Jose's gonna name it Lube just to be clever.
Nah, bro.
The Forbidden Lube.
Forbidden Loop is great.
Forbidden
No.
Fruit is crazy.
Nah, bro. It's
It's what?
Walter White.
What or what?
Are you gonna give him a funny hat? Is that gonna be his held item? Funny little hat?
No. No,
Damn.
bro's just called Stinky.
Okay. He's just named Stinky.
Stinky.
That's cute. That could work.
Bro, Stinky.
Rose Stinky.
Bro is Stinky.
Look, he is that for sure.
Bro is Stinky. That's it.
That's true. But yeah, Brian waves y'all off and says, by the way, is Matt here at the party?
Uh, you know, he was with us a second ago. I don't know where he's gone.
I thought you were taking care of him.
Yeah, I told y'all they were probably just going to be hanging out by the stairway. We're role playing.
Oh, Matt. Okay, yeah. He's taking it. Okay. I thought you were using Matt's excuse of him being absolutely sauced.
Yeah.
'Cause he's right.
They're getting soft at the party. That's what's happening.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Because again, like the police don't stop the kids from underage gambling. Who's to say they'll stop them from underage drinking?
Correct. Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, once again, Brian asks y'all where Matt is.
Last I saw, he was thinking about the stairs.
yeah.
Brian looks back at the Pokemon card game and he's like, all right, I guess I'll pop by and say hey. I'll see y'all later. After the party, if you'd like, we could have a battle and everything.
Yeah.
I've actually got a really cool TM y'all might like. I'm gonna keep it a secret for now. But yeah, if y'all show up and battle me after the party and everything, we can hang out and stuff. For old time's sake. And he daps y'all up one last time, and he dips
I
on
can't
over
wait
to
to
the
battle
stairwell.
bro for old time's sake.
Yeah, because you fucking gaslit your way. Tried to gaslight.
Got to gaslight the child. What's wrong with him?
Yeah,
Doing that.
ridiculous. As y'all approach, well, what do y'all want to do now? Y'all want to go further into the crowd? Y'all want to talk to the guy that Troy spotted? What do y'all want to do? You want to go looking for trouble downstairs
You wanna
again?
do
Open
hard drugs.
doors. Oh, hard drugs. Y'all wanna
Crazy. What?
open up some doors in this hallway? There's like five smaller doors near the stairwell on the left wall, and down further towards the crowd, there's quite a few double doors down there, leading into very large rooms.
Two
I go
doubles.
looking for the name raider and Mr. Pokemon real quick. Damn it! I need to. I gotta wait for Matt to come back. Fuck.
You did, yeah. That was the main problem for tonight.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for Matt to come back because I want to. I actually want to try to win the TM with some of the nicknames I've come up with, but also I want to fuck with Matt. So now I have to wait. Fuck.
Yeah, we do want to fuck with Matt. That is important.
That
Y'all
is the
want
most
to end it?
that bit.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck.
Y'all want to end it at like 10:30 or something? I got one or two more little scenes planned out.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. What do y'all want to do next? We got a few doors to explore. Y'all can go back outside. What do y'all want to do? Again, like 4 or 5 single doors by the stairwell, bigger open doors back in the back near where Mr. Pokemon is, or likely is.
I'm gonna actually take a look around this time.
Okay.
Do some spotting real quick. Do I see anybody that might be related to like the psychic individuals I saw downstairs? I got a 0 by the way.
You got a what? A 0? Oh, nice. Okay. You do spot a dude wearing a face mask. He does not have on a lab coat, but he is dressed very minimalistically. He just has like baggy black jeans on, white shoes, and a plain white shirt. He looks like, a quote unquote like stereotypical Japanese dude. He's like 16, 17, black hair, brown eyes. But yeah, white shirt, white face mask, like a doctor's kind of face mask, but it's like white, black,
Okay.
black baggy jeans, white shoes. Again, like he's just dressed super minimalistically. He is hanging out next to the second door away from the stairwell. There's no one else really near him. He is just silently leaning back against the wall next to the door with his eyes shut. You see from his belt, he's got like a rope belt on through his belt loops. That he has like 5 great balls hanging from it, and one ultra ball.
Okay. And you said he's associated with like the psychic people from before?
Yeah, he is. He has that same weird kind of face mask a lot of them have. If y'all remember the Sabrina episode, you remember that one trainer that she fucking quote unquote disciplined. The guy with the face mask and the doctor's lab outfit on. Y'all saw him downstairs out near the tree.
Right. I do remember. So I'm gonna look at the boys. Hey, so I'm gonna go maybe try to learn something that'll benefit us later. Y'all can mingle, do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna go up and try to talk to that guy. Because having more psychic powers in my bag is not a bad idea right now. Especially
That's
because
true.
I almost got fucking mind read.
Yeah.
No. And I do say that where the party can hear me. Troy has no idea what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
That's right.
I look at you. What are you talking about?
Don't you almost got us in trouble.
Me?
Just know that.
Me?
Yeah. Just know.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Don't. We'll talk about it later. Just know that we almost got in some deep shit. We'll talk about it later.
Unbelievable.
And let's scare y'all. Goodbye.
All right.
So we can save what I'm doing for next time, but like that's where I'm gonna be for right now.
Okay. You can go over there and immediately start talking to him.
Yeah. I'm saying that in case anybody else had anything else they wanted to do.
Oh.
Right.
I was gonna go. What's it called? Talk to the man that you told me about. The biker gang.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. You head on over, and we'll do Troy's first, and then Patrick's, because I feel like Patrick's would be a really good one to end on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You head on over,
I don't know
and
people. I'm not from this country.
that's fine. You can head out with Troy.
Sure.
As y'all approach, Leonardo speaks with a distinct yet familiar accent. Oi, mate. It's been a long time since I've seen you, Troy. You coming back to Vermilion City?
Yeah. I just went out and did a bit of an adventure. Met some friends. It's been a while. How you doing?
It's pretty good, lad. I will say. I do miss my hometown, but Vermilion been treating me right for quite some years now. He's sitting next to him is a little is actually a slightly smaller than average Galarian Weezing
Oh,
My mate has a
with
proper
the top
wheezing if
end.
I've seen one.
He reacts to your accent. Oh, mate, is she a beaut? Look at her
Yeah.
fancy little smoke mustache.
Oh yeah. My mustache should go up there.
That's
smoke,
right. It's the mark of a proper Weezing.
smoke stash. Oh my god. Oh, it's a Galarian. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Galarian wheezing.
Yeah. I forgot. It's
yeah.
fucking Doug Dimmadome
It's
level.
got a, yeah, it's the Doug Dimmadome Weezing.
God. Oh,
But yeah.
okay.
It looks over to you and says, Troy, I didn't know you had a Galarian mate, man.
I kind of picked him up along the way. And kind of stick with us. Not gonna lie. Great man.
Oh, mate. What part of Gala are you from?
I'm from Hammerlock. How about you, mate?
Oh, mate. Man, Hammerlock. But who runs... There's a gym in Hammerlock, right? Who runs it?
Outside the game, I know it's Rohan, but I don't think he'd be running it just yet.
Is it ever stated outside of in-game or outside of game that he, like, inherited it from someone else?
I don't think so.
That's perfectly fine. Well, in that case, you could just tell him you don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure,
Ah,
mate.
that's fair. I heard the current gym leader. He's getting pretty old. But to answer your question, I'll have you know that I grew up in my days in Poachwick.
Oh, sh-
Oh,
Nice, mate. Nice little village.
It's a little sleepy little place. Uh, it's gotten a wee bit bigger. They have one whole additional little field now. It's pretty. It's
hmm.
it's pretty mountainous, to be fair. It's hard to have a farm in lots of parts of Galar, you know. But
Oh yeah.
uh but I do miss it. But I love the boom of the city. Uh, Troy,
Yes.
have you spoken to the lieutenant yet?
Uh, Not pretty recently, no, but I've seen him from
Oh,
time to time. Why?
You need to talk to him, lad. He said he had something important to tell you about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He was really big on the whole. I'm not sure how to put it, mate. He's he had some kind of a problem he wanted to talk to you about.
okay. Oh, we'll get to it.
But you don't have to rush, lad. Just mate. Make sure when you're done here with the party, go and talk to him.
Oh,
He also wanted to see you just to see you, because
okay.
you're his lad.
Of course. I've been meaning to meet him back up again after a quick journey. Just wanna, you know, fight him for a bit. Uh, do some training, see how I've gotten better.
He nods at you, and then he looks over at Jose. He's like, mate, what did you say your name was?
Oh, my name's Jose.
Jose.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful name. Not very stereotypically Galarian, but it's a good name. I'm Leonardo, mate, and I
Hello.
do hope that you'll be taking the gym challenge, mate.
Oh, that's what I'm working towards, mate. Get my pal here, Little Bean. I've been carrying him the whole time.
Perfectly fine. For future reference sake, since I've told you in the past Pokeballs are visible, in future sections I'm gonna let y'all like any Pokemon you have on you can see and kind of tell what's happening around you. Because that would also simplify like having Pokemon react to things. And
Oh,
also it makes sense because again, see through Pokeball talk.
yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a Pokemon out with you, that's also totally fine.
Okay.
But yeah, he nods his head at what Jose is saying. He's like, "Aye, mate. All right. I look forward to battling you."
Okay.
And with that, he turns back to his Galarian Weezing and the dude he was talking to, and you see he's like polishing his Weezing,
Polishing?
then getting the skin right and everything. As y'all are standing over here, you noticed that there are a few other Lieutenant Surge Vermilion City gym trainers further into the crowd, Troy.
Okay.
Further up ahead. They're gathered around this really bulky looking dude who is sitting next to a Pokemon that is also on a chair. And he's sitting there and he looked like he's talking to it. That's not Mr. Pokemon, but you can guess who it would be. It's not Professor Oak either.
You said it's talking to a Pokemon?
Yeah, he's talking to Pokemon, talking to the trainer. It's the Name Raider.
Okay.
Hey, Ryder.
Yeah. And we will end that particular scene right there with you two having spotted him, and then we will pivot back to Patrick.
All right.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to do, Jose?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, you can put down Leonardo's Pokegear number and your Pokegear.
Let's go.
Anything for a true mate from Galar. All right. All right, Patrick. You're up.
So as I approach this guy, I'm just gonna kind of casually lean against the wall beside him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to like be super loud. I'm just gonna say, hey, so I noticed you're one of the people who were down with the psychic group before. Basically coming
He,
into go ahead,
he,
sorry.
he opens his eyes immediately the second you start talking, and without moving his head, his eyes just pivot over to look at you. And he doesn't interrupt you, so go ahead and keep speaking.
I noticed you were with that group earlier. I'm recently coming into something of that nature myself recently. Just wondering if you had any sort of tips for someone just getting started.
He looks back from you and then back to the window that he is facing from across the hall. And he just says the words, "You're a psychic?" And without waiting for your response, Patrick, go ahead and roll a psychic power check.
No shit.
Gotcha. I got a where are my psychic powers? Um, two out of three. 2 out of 3.
Excellent. You feel your mind being poked, not in the sense of like someone trying to break in, but like someone actually forming faint psychic energy into like a hand and like extending and like tapping at your mental energies.
All right.
and you can respond to that to prove that you're a psychic if you'd like. What do you want to?
If it's like a finger like poking at like if that's the distinct feeling I get, I'll
Yeah.
uh I'll form the energies back like a hand and kind of give him a shake
Okay.
like a greeting.
You go in for a shake, and the dude chuckles a little bit and returns the shake, and then turns to you properly. He's no longer leaning on the wall. He's like, Did you study under anyone beforehand?
No, not really. Mostly kind of just figured things out as I went along. I grew up in a pretty small town, so there wasn't anyone to teach me this kind of thing.
He he nods, and he's like, "That's perfectly understandable. A lot of people come from that kind of thing. There's no shame in it. Are you looking for a specific teacher, or are you simply collecting techniques as you go along? I know a few people that are doing that. They don't want to settle down in a place like Saffron or anything like that.
I'm probably more so looking just to collect things for now. I'm a I'm doing the gym challenges currently, so not particularly looking to stay anywhere for too long.
Right, right. Gym
But
challenges? Who are you? When were you thinking of challenging Sabrina?
I'm well with a small group of friends, and we're going around. So I'm not too sure when we'd end up reaching her because my group can be mm, themselves. Yeah,
Right.
you know, those motherfuckers. But depending on, we'll probably reach her pretty soon. We're gonna challenge Surge here in a bit, and then be moving on.
A word of advice. It's perfectly fine to challenge Sabrina without having very strong Pokemon. That isn't the thing she's really going to test for, unless you already have a lot of badges. Unlike Surge, she's going to be somewhat more willing to use weaker Pokemon, at least from what I personally know of her. Especially if you have a weak Psychic as a starter, or if you're just approaching with weak Psychic Pokemon. You wanted to learn a technique, right? He immediately pivots.
Yeah, some just tips and tricks for someone who's relatively new.
The ability that I just used on you doesn't really have a proper name that I know of it. I just call it nudging. You can use it on someone to force them to reveal that they have psychic powers. If you hadn't formed your own psychic energies, I would have been able to tell you were psychic anyway, because your energies would have reacted to the poking differently than a quote unquote normal person's would. This is a very, very simple technique. You just form psychic energies, you poke and prod, and you look at the reaction. If the reaction is too calm looking, that means it's a psychic pretending not to be a psychic.
Gotcha. Okay. So a normal person's reaction to that would be more chaotic in
Yeah.
nature. Okay.
He's like, yeah, you can't really see their psychic energies react, but you can feel it. It's like if you could feel a sine wave. It's very chaotic, lots of fluctuation. Uh, Honestly, this is something that you could easily learn within at most a week. I would say after a few nights of meditating and using the technique on your Pokemon, you would probably get it down pretty quickly, and they wouldn't be harmed by it. Again, you can't really hurt someone with this technique. The entire point of it is that you are gently pushing psychic energies at someone. It's actually it's harder to get than telekinesis, if only because many people are just sort of born with a talent for telekinesis. It's a much gentler art. So if you've ever tried to use telekinesis but ended up not using enough energies to make it powerful, you were in a way accidentally using this nudging.
Alright. Interesting thought to keep.
And Patrick, you can go ahead and write down that you have knowledge of psychic nudge
Yeah.
or psychic finger, whichever one you want to call it.
Psychic figure is crazy.
Yeah.
Psychic figure is crazy.
Or
Looks like
mage hand.
As y'all's topic of conversation continues, he closes his eyes for a second and says, "Step away from the door."
Okay. I
Yeah,
do
you.
what he says because this guy's not steered me wrong yet.
Yeah. Immediately, Officer Jenny opens the door and leaves, and then closes it again and locks it. She looks over at this guy,
Oh.
and then he looks up at her, and they they lock eyes for a moment, for like 2 seconds, and then she nods and then walks back downstairs. And you hear muttering from inside the room. It sounds like people are moving things around. But again, yeah, and Officer Jenny just exited the room, locked the door. Again, this is the second door from the stairwell, and met eyes with the psychic, locked eyes, and then nodded to him.
Yeah. Okay.
If you wanted, you could use your psychic energies to try and eavesdrop on their conversation, but that would be eavesdropping.
Yeah. Not at the moment. I'm more invested in what I just saw him do. Actually, I'm a lot more invested in what I just saw him like. What I think I saw anyway. Because to me, that looked like he, one, has a radar sense, two, has the ability to telepathically communicate with people, which are two things that I'm incredibly interested in. Because wait a second, that would save our group so much fucking trouble. The amount of trouble that could be avoided by being able to tell where people are, or being able to not, being able to tell these chuckle fucks something in their brains would be so great if we could just avoid that kind of.
What are you talking about?
Y'all aren't there,
Yeah,
so
Patrick, what are you talking about?
yeah, you didn't hear that. No, so I do bring this up in the conversation, quietly, of course. Did you just communicate with her in her brain? And also, do you have a radar sense? Is that how you knew she was coming to the door?
He looks at you and just nods silently.
I don't actually nerd out, but like if he's listening, he hears me go, "That's so fucking cool. That's so fucking cool, man."
He's like, "It is. It's very cool."
I need to learn. I need to learn how to do that ASAP. That's so cool. Oh, but
Do you have any psychic Pokemon?
psychic. The only one I currently have. Well, you said Pokeballs are clear. I'll pull up. Slowbro's Pokeball. This guy recently acquired.
He nods and he's like, yeah. A lot of water psychic type stuff in Kanto. Your Slowbro should be very, very adept at, no, not really telepathy, but what you called a psychic radar ability is actually it's something else entirely. Your Slowbro will probably be able to teach it to you once you learn to telepathically communicate with it. For learning telepathy, if you can't find a Pokemon capable of teaching it to you, come to Saffron City, and if you can beat Sabrina, I'll teach it to you.
Okay, for sure. What did you say your name was, by the way?
My name is Franklin.
Franklin. Patrick. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
My friends call me Pat, which you are free to do as well.
He smiles. Well, you can see his cheeks turn up a little bit under his mask.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure. Anyhow, I wish y'all luck at the festival. If y'all have any Pokemon helping build the race bridges, some of my Pokemon are over there too. So we might see each other again after this party.
For sure.
In the meantime, for that psychic radar, wasn't really a radar. The reason I knew she was going to exit that door is because I saw it happen before it happened.
What?
Future sight. Okay. Okay.
To be fair, there's a lot of people in the games who have future sight. Not
Yeah.
like the move, but like the ability.
Yeah, that is true. They do just have that. It's something you don't see a lot later on in later games, but like, yeah, people can just do that. This is true.
He nods at you and says, if you're looking for Sabrina, she is here at the party. I expect her to show her face later tonight. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and get some refreshments. I'll be downstairs in the dining room if you have any questions about anything.
A pleasure, Franklin.
Later, Patrick. And with that, he like very smoothly kind of like pivots, almost robotic like, to get around you and then go to the stairwell. You notice as he walks, go ahead and roll a spotting check if you can.
I got you. Let's see. We got a finish rolling. Nah, that's not happening. We got a 7.
A 7? Okay. You
Yeah,
just
7.
notice his move. You just notice his movements are kind of robotic like as he walks around. Like whenever he turns, I don't want to say it's always a 90-degree angle, but it's usually a very sharp angle kind of turn. He doesn't like walk around corners naturally. Most of his movements are kind of like, again, they're angular. They're not rounded, organic, normal ways of walking. That's all you can tell just from looking at him.
Okay.
As he walks down the stairs and out of sight.
All right. That guy's fun. That guy's cool. I like that guy.
As that happens, y'all hear a booming voice from over in the direction of Namer. He's like, yes, please, bring forward your most prized Pokemon. I, the name rater, yes, would love to analyze your Pokemon's names. And again, no funny business. And he points to a sign of rules next to him that say no curse words, no slurs, no meme names.
No. Sorry.
Cool. Glad I have none of those.
It makes you wonder why those signs had to be put up. I wonder
Man.
who caused those.
No.
I wonder.
My fuck
My fuck is crazy. What?
That's right. The fuck rat hatred lives on.
No.
And with that, that is the end of the session.
I'm now
right.
playing the video you reposted, Troy.
Uh,
I promise.
it's iconic.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it was out of the blue.
So we were